Good morning. My name is Alicia Newell, and I have the privilege of serving as the Assistant Vice President for Student Affairs at Wichita State University. And on today's Care Talk, we're going to talk about about looking forward. What are some of the things that we are looking forward to? And as I was thinking about this topic, I kind of realized that, we're in the midst of a pandemic. There's so many things that are eroding our mental health, and anything from anxiety, fear, isolation, stress. I began to think that I had a hold of my emotions and I was in control. And as I began to kind of move forward, I realized that, I really was unsettled and not knowing that something still didn't sit right. And I felt almost like something was missing. And so I did a little soul searching, and I realized that what was missing most was the simple fact that I no longer was in control and I didn't have anything to look forward to. I don't know if any of you have felt that way, or experienced any of those types of emotions or feelings. And, in looking at, the current situation we're in, there's no more planned parties. There's no more group meetings with your peers. There's no more, date nights, different things that we would typically look forward to. And so, there's a lot to be said in regards to, um, you know, having some normalcy when it comes to your mental health and well-being. And so even when I look at, the weeks, in a normal work week, I would always look forward to the weekends. I don't know how many of you, where I'd be like, oh, I can't wait. I'd always call Thursday Friday Junior, right? Like the weekend is right around the corner. And now the week and the weekends kind of just blur together, and there's blurred lines. And the weekend no more has the same effect on me because it's just one big blah. And so, looking at, how do we change that, especially when we are wanting to enhance and practice mindfulness, as it relates to our mental health. Being in limbo isn't exactly a place for our mental health to thrive. In the absence of being able to look forward to things with certainty, the best that we can do is create small pockets of hope in the meantime. And so we've kind of come up with 7 things that I do, that help me look forward to things as we're moving on and trying to create this new normal, for our lives. So the first one is I am guilty of binge watching a show. I just finished Ozark, and if you've not, I encourage you, check it out, Netflix. But I would binge watch a show like in 2 days, and then I'd be like, oh, I have nothing to look forward to. Like, there's nothing else on TV. Anybody else feel that way? Feel free to drop, a message in the box of some shows you're watching. And so it wasn't until the other night, I'm scrolling through the channels and I'm realizing, that the shows that I would normally look forward to on a Tuesday night or a Wednesday night, I had already completed and watched them. And so wanting to say, hey, maybe I only reserve this, and watch, one, I don't know, what do you call it? One show. Watch one show at a time, and then say, okay, every Tuesday night I'm going to watch, a clip from this. Same for books. I love to read. And so, is there a new author? Is there someone that you are really excited to get their book upon release? Put that date on a calendar. Use the calendar as a way to look forward to the release of, this book. It may be the release of a new album. It could be the release of a new show. My mom and I recently were looking at Redbox, and we're looking at the new releases that were coming out on Redbox. And so we found a show that she was really looking forward to watching, and we scheduled a time for her and I to watch it together. And so giving us something to be excited about and help just kind of change up the day to day. Putting things on your calendar. And so, something, I'm a big calendar person. Anyone who knows me knows this. And so, saying, what's different about Tuesday? Is Tuesday, some families do Taco Tuesday. Some do, a happy hour. Some do certain things. And so, if there's something that you have, to look forward to on the calendar, put it down. It could be a birthday. It could be someone's anniversary. It could be, someone is graduating. Put those things on a calendar and use it as an opportunity to drop personal notes and just let them know that you're thinking of them or you're celebrating them. Something special. The third one is saving treats or activities for special occasions. And so this is where I kind of felt it maybe like the first, I'm going to say not really 30 days, but the first 2 weeks, I was like, okay, this working from home stuff is great. I love it. I can work in my pajamas. I can do all of these things, and no one's going to be able to see behind the screen. Well, I noticed that, when I was working in my pajamas and not turning my camera on, I was feeling really sluggish. And so wanting to make sure that I changed my routine, and I was up, I was dressed, I was showering, I was putting on makeup and doing my hair. And I was putting my best foot forward. And I would burn candles. I would do certain things all the time that I normally wouldn't do. And it wasn't until last week where I needed a special occasion, something that I really miss doing with my friends. And so a couple colleagues and we did a happy hour over Zoom, and it was really great. And it wasn't the same, but it was exactly what I needed at that time. And it was just to be able to, sit down with friends on the screen and, share a drink virtually and just have a conversation and laugh and talk and be unfiltered. And it was great. And so, find ways to celebrate, special occasions, whether that's, cooking breakfast for dinner on a Monday night, eating outside on the patio for breakfast. There's always something to be had and shared special day. Number 4 is making your weekends feel like weekends again. This is probably the one thing that I had struggled the most. And I am very guilty of working through the weekends and not giving myself this disconnect time to recharge. And so making sure that your weekends really feel like weekends again, and that you're doing something for you that's going to help you just recharge and be ready for the week. And so, if it's checking email, don't, unless you're have to, and if so, do it moderately. If it's, responding to, inquiries, whatever it may be, those things will be there come Monday. And so making sure that you're finding ways to truly be present in the weekend and doing something that is going to help feed your soul. This last weekend, I was feeling really overwhelmed with, and like I had to do things. I had deadlines coming. and I really needed to work through the weekend. And I paused and I said, no, this is going to be there on Monday. I need this time for me. And so I went outside and I worked in the garden. I planted some flowers. And it was something that really helped feed my soul at that present time and that I needed. And so, after that, I was extremely exhausted, came in, took a shower, and relaxed. And it was probably the best